Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Danny Wells. It is Sunday, the 19th of June, and I am absolutely elated to be hosting tonight's call. Before I begin, I'm just going to go through a tiny little bit of housekeeping and dates to keep you topped up with what's happening over the next couple of weeks. I've just got a few things to go through. So, Sunday, the 26th of June, so a week today, we have an incredible leadership academy being put on in the United Kingdom. It's being put on by quite a few MVPs. So MVP Ian Pritchard, we've got Ella Harper, Chris and Carol Isles, Danielle Copolaro, Nicholas Smithson. I'm sure I'm missing somebody else as well. So sorry, the person that I've missed off. And we've got Tamlin and Samuel Platts flying over from Australia to train at this event. And the first ever VP ever, EMVP Donna Johnson, who's been in the business 29 years, flying over to also partake in the training. So for a price of £25 a ticket is absolute steal. So it's in Manchester a week today. If you haven't already got your ticket, make sure that you do, because that's going to be a day of the most amazing training. So absolute must. So for next Sunday, so the 26th of June. I've also got the Wales area training, which is tomorrow night, so Monday, but we're going to do it over Zoom tomorrow night because of all the excitement of area retreat this weekend, our first ever area retreat. Everyone's feeling a little bit exhausted and has exhausted their childcare and neglected their spouses and their partners. So we're going to do it over Zoom. So Wales area training tomorrow, Monday night. So if you want to attend that, just let me know and I'll just give you the Zoom link. More the merrier. It doesn't actually have to be my area, so anyone's welcome for that. We've also got a car presentation coming up. Woohoo! We love car presentations. Carly Myers, promoted to region in the last few weeks. Her car presentation is booked for July the 10th, and that's in Southampton. Unfortunately, I can't attend that because I've got a team incentive that some absolute superstars in my business earned, and we're having a surprise fun day out that they don't know what it is yet. So I can't attend that, which I'm absolutely devastated by. But if you can attend on the 10th of July, it's in Southampton, and the details will be posted for that as well. AAC tickets are on sale. The early bird discounted tickets will only be the discounted price that they are until the end of this month. So make sure that you get those tickets. If you're building your business in the Wales or the McCarthy region, your ticket will be refunded so long as, if you're a district manager or above, you hit your DM bonus 2 months out of the 3 between now and AAC. If you're not a DM and above and you're building your business at the consultant level, as long as you promote between now and September to a district manager, your ticket will be refunded back. Born area training put on by the fabulous Jennifer Cowie, soon to be regional vice president Jennifer Cowie. Their area training is on Saturday morning, so this coming Saturday, at Wake House at 9:30 a.m. and they actually have a guest speaker coming, so a hypnotherapist called Gary, who is training on mindset, and we all know we could all top up with our mindset training. It's £10 per consultant, which is nothing. I've heard that he has been an outside speaker at quite a few events, and he is incredible. So if you're within a couple of hours driving distance to Bourne, I highly recommend that. So that's on Saturday coming up. Hastings has a Discover Arbonne on Wednesday the 22nd of June. And this coming Thursday, there is an incredible Discover Arbonne in Leeds where Tamlin and Samuel Platts, so ENVPs, have flown over from Australia to do the Discover Arbonne presentation in Leeds this weekend. Just going back to the Bourne area training, I've just got to do a shout out that actually Jen, who is fabulous, can't take all the credit for the outside speaker. It was almost regional vice president Kelly Bromley. Let's make sure I get that right. And last but not least, before I introduce our next speaker, I just want to say a massive congratulations and thank you to everybody who partook in this week's area retreat, this weekend's area retreat. I wish it was a week-long weekend. It wasn't long enough. We had our first ever international teams area retreat. So every year, there is an area retreat put on for a weekend where anybody that's an area manager or above can attend. It's all paid for. You get accommodation, 2 days, 1 night over stay, all your food, and you get training specifically designed on how to be an RVP and beyond. And it's tailored to help you turn over a business from 10,000 QVs a month to 40,000 QVs a month. Absolutely incredible. And we did our first ever linked arms with all the international teams in the UK, linked arms together and did the first one for us guys that all have nations outside of the UK. And we literally made history because it was the first one. There was 36 people that attended. So, you know, this is the beginning of something amazing. And I know that every year we have an area retreat, we will look back on the first ever photo and be like, God, do you remember that? So it's been amazing. So a massive congratulations to everybody that earned that a weekend away. You guys have worked so incredibly hard with your business over the past few months, and you deserve that weekend away. And I hope that you feel spoiled rotten because you deserve it. And I can't wait to see the amount of people that you bring back with you for next year's area retreat. If you didn't attend this weekend, make sure that you're there for next year's because it was incredible. Okay, right, so that's the housekeeping done. So next up, I want to introduce oh God, this girl, I could like squeeze her. So Jane Brown joined my business right at the beginning of when I joined, when I did not have a clue what the heck I was doing. I don't even know why she said yes. I really don't. I wouldn't have even said yes to me, but she did. And we kind of just bumbled along together. And she's been there since the beginning. And Jane is the person I've seen the biggest transformation of my entire life. Like, this girl has just absolutely grown in confidence. She's just embraced her absolute beauty. She's always been beautiful, but she's just embraced it even more. She walks differently rather than being like hunched over and quite like, oh gosh, she's like tall and proud, and she's just incredible. And I said to her the other week, I was like, Jane, it's my turn to do the nation training on the Sunday, and I would love you to train on what you are amazing at training on, which is people that have doubt within themselves, self-doubt. You know, how do we stop people from coming into our business and setting up their own business and then quitting because they doubt themselves? You know, how do we get past this? Because this is such an issue that people do have. And Jane is the most perfect person to train on this because she's gone through it herself. So there's no one better. So I am so pleased, so proud to introduce Area Manager in Qualification, Jane Brown. I'm a
Hi everybody, I'll just share my screen, just bear me a second. Okay, here we go. I can't take credit for these slides. The fabulous Danielle has put these slides together, so they're brilliant. Okay, so my name's Jane Brown and I'm an area manager in Qualification. And like Danielle said, I'm going to talk to you tonight about doubt and mindset, because it is something that has crossed my path right the way through my journey. So I just want to start off with a quote. I think every good training should start off with a nice quote. So your faith, your love, your beauty, your truth is 100 times more powerful than doubt. Faith is like the sun, doubt is like a cloud. Yes, there are some cloudy days, and let them be there. The sun will eventually shine. I just thought that was a really nice quote. So why do people quit? Why, if this business is so incredible, which we all know it is, do so many people quit? Why do we lose so many people when they know they can earn unlimited amounts of income, get all expenses paid holidays, a fabulous car, get to meet so many new friends, get to help others and increase their confidence? Why do they leave all that behind? I've now been doing this business for 18 months and I've had so many consultants come and go. I still only have a very small team of 6, 4 direct to me and 2 non-direct. And I used to look back when people left and blame myself. I used to think, is it me? I'm a bad sponsor. I'm not leading them properly. I used to think all of those thoughts. But now I know that it wasn't me at all. It was their mindset. They were just not in the right place to carry on with their business. So just a little bit on mindset. Imagine you are walking through a path on the woods and you're really enjoying your walk and the sun is shining, really happy. Suddenly it starts to cloud over and it starts to rain, and the path ahead is suddenly full of puddles and bog-like, and you start getting stuck in the mud. You want to try and keep going, but your mind is saying to you, no, stop, you can't carry on like this. It's a stupid idea. You must find another way, or better still, turn around, go home and have a cup of tea. That's a bit like your mind in this business. You are going great. You can see that promotion just up ahead. Suddenly you get 4 cancellations, 2 ICs going to witness protection, and you find out your Aunt Marjorie has told everyone it's just like Avon. All of those fears and worries that you have spent so long trying to get over and forget just come flooding back. And you think to yourself, I just can't do this. I need to stop before I really mess up. You can have all the correct tools you need, the SoundClouds, the DAs, the trainings, the Zoom trainings, mentor support. But if your mind is in the wrong place, success will not come to you. If you have not got the right mindset, combined with those right tools, it just will not happen. If you have the right mindset, combined with those right tools, success will be yours. They need to be equal. So 3 things control our mind: our thoughts that we think, the images that we see, and the actions we take. If you're not happy with the direction that you are going in, you need to change all that. Lastly, your current results are not a reflection of your potential. That is down to your past beliefs, your fears, your habits, and your conditioning. All that going on together forms your autopilot, which we'll talk about shortly. So all of that stuff in your mind leads to doubt. You doubt yourself, you doubt the business, and you doubt your team. And unfortunately, no one is immune to it, and it will always be there. So we have to learn to control doubt, or doubt will control us. Doubt and belief are polar opposites. They cannot exist in your mind at the same time. You either have a mindset of doubt or one of belief. So I want you to picture an onion. It has lots of layers, and you start to peel away those layers. What you see underneath is different to what shows and is covered from the outside. All those doubts underneath. What if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I don't know what to say? What if I forget what I'm doing? What if I freeze? What if I suck? What if I disappoint people? What if I am not strong enough? When we introduce people to this business, we have to understand that they are 2 of the same person. The person you see on the outside, the exterior, who will come to trainings and DAs all fired up, ready to learn and train. They're so excited, and they are going to go out there and sponsor a whole team in a week and be a regional vice president in a couple of months. But what is going on the inside is very different. Their interior, they are in constant battle with themselves and their emotions. They are scared and worried. Have they done the right thing? What will their friends and family think? We hit them when they first start with so much information that it can be really overwhelming. So we say to them, right, I want you to print off and fill out your starter pack while I tell you about QVs, PQVs, RE9, FC5, Strong Start, Grow Strong, AAC, GTC, DAs, RVPs and MVPs. Their mind is swimming, in fact drowning with information overload. Of course, we know it's all to help them progress and be earning as soon as possible. We're not really trying to put them into a mental institution. But for some, it can be too much too soon. An overwhelmed mind becomes a confused mind. And when that happens, the mind does nothing. We do forget the mindset that we had when we first joined the business. And we tend to forget how we felt when we joined. In their mind, they still have all the past beliefs, fears, doubts, and conditioning. To be a success and to help others, that needs to change. But the mind has been conditioned from such a young age. You're told that you can't do this, you can't go there, you'll never manage that, you should stop now and just give up. For results to change, past habits need to change. We all have the potential to be that EMVP, but first we must get rid of all of the past. So earlier I mentioned the autopilot. So have you ever been on a plane and suddenly you look up and there is the captain of the plane strolling up and down the gangway sort of thing, looking cool as a cucumber, chatting with all the passengers, shaking their hands, offering them drinks. Your first thought when you look up is, if he's out here socialising, who is flying the plane? Well, the captain has just put it on autopilot. He has programmed that plane to fly to the destination of choice. Even if it hits turbulence or other conditions along the way, if it veers slightly off the path, it will still correct itself and get straight back on course. So if you picture that captain flying from the UK to the USA, the autopilot makes sure it gets there, staying on the right track. But then on the way home, if the captain forgets to program it to get back to the UK, it will get halfway across and then suddenly it will start doing a U-turn back to where it came from. It is so used to taking that route, it is not programmed to be different. It will automatically return to its safe route. And this is what happens in people's minds. They get so far with you working with them, but then suddenly you put them on their own path and they panic and start to revert to all of those past habits and thoughts that you have both worked so hard to get rid of. So your consultant reaches that DM mark, absolutely fantastic, and you say, right, you're a DM now, off you go and build your own team, build your own nest. You want your little chicks out of yours. We want them to fly, to go out there and duplicate and build an area. But if, when they are taking that first flight out of the nest and that autopilot switches back on, if they are not well equipped enough to turn around and fly back into that nest, well, you can imagine it's not a pretty sight. So that is why people quit. They just give up. Their autopilot is so full of doubt and fears, lack of belief and rejection that they have had, they just cannot cope with it. As leaders, it is vital that we not only understand this, but we also look out for the warning signs before it happens. We are there to teach them and to help them become independent, but we must nurture them too. If we don't, we will just keep losing our young over and over again. When you doubt your power, you give power to your doubt. And unfortunately, doubt does not discriminate. Doubt does not care what sex, race, IQ or religion you have, or your past achievements or whatever letters you have in front of your name, DM, AM, RVP or MVP. It will come after us like a wolf on the hunt for its prey. It will follow us and attack us. Until we learn how to manage it. If we don't manage it, doubt will manage us and take us out. Good old damn doubt will come along all dressed up and follow us and laugh at us and question our ability. And then that self-doubt kicks in. You start questioning everything you do. Me, who am I to lead a team? What do I know really? What can I possibly teach others? How can I ever stand up in front of a room full of people and present, or come on a Zoom and present in front of loads of people? You have to push that away. Take away the letters and that label. Underneath, we are all human. No one is immune. We all have those same emotions, whatever our personality. You will question yourself and then start to compare to others. Damn doubt will tell you, you don't know what you are doing. You have been here far too long now. You are not moving anywhere. As we know, anyone in this business can progress and promote anytime they want and are ready for in this business. So if you suddenly have an area manager, for example, for each region before you do, you may start to question, how has that been possible? How have they got there before me? What have I done wrong? That is good old damn doubt. You need to put it all into perspective. Set your mind back on the right track. The hardest thing is not actually becoming a regional vice president. The hardest thing is actually developing and promoting somebody else to a regional vice president. You have done the hard bit, and rightly so, you have that E before your title. So let's say, for example, you want to be a 4-wide EMVP. If somebody promotes out to that MVP before you do, that's a quarter of your business done already. That's fantastic. Pat yourself on the back. Congratulate yourself. So that's all looking and sounding really bleak, actually, isn't it? So should we just pack up and go home now? Back to that 9 to 5. Surely it's got to be far more easier than all this. No, we don't do that. So luckily, there are 4 things that we can put into place to manage all of this doubt. And hopefully the next 4 ideas will help you. So the first thing you need to do is stay away from toxic people. All those negative Nellies that tell you you shouldn't be doing it, you will never succeed. Those that stand there, snigger behind your back and laugh at you, They will take you out quicker than a child demolishing an ice cream in the summer. And as we know, unfortunately, the people you thought would support you and help you by hosting a party or buying only from you now are the ones that open those floodgates of doubt. So don't let those people who gave up on their dreams or never had any take away yours. When you need that plan B in 5 years' time, will they have it in place for you? No, not at all. They will still be standing there behind their wall of doubt and scepticism and sniggering at you behind your back. Don't let their lack of energy drain yours. Don't let the fact that they have given up hope on their dreams make you give up on yours. When someone quits this business, they are quitting on their dreams, and that is just so sad. They come into this with so many dreams and hopes. Along the way, they hit those obstacles, those dream stealers, and that doubt rolls in, and that's it. They're gone. They just can't cope with it. So number 2, stay plugged in. I know personally that if I ever have a moment of doubt, if I get in touch with another independent consultant or attend an event or jump on a Zoom, I instantly feel better. You have to plug into what's available. The worst thing you can do is do a Bridget Jones and sit and cry on the sofa into your box of chocolates and a glass of wine. So please attend the DAs, be on those Zooms, go to area training. I am big on personal development now, and I do try and drum this into my team, but only because I know how much it has helped me. If you are not growing, your business will not grow, and that is a fact. No matter what level you are at, you need to keep learning and growing. If you are not plugged in, guess who will pop along and try and take you out? Yep, Dan Doubt. So imagine you are being driven home. You're not driving yourself because, as you know, we don't do driving and be on the phone at the same time because it's dangerous. And you know, at 8 p.m, you've got to be on a really, really important conference call. So 8 p.m. comes along, you grab your phone, ready for this fantastic conference call, only to see that your battery is flat as a pancake. And you're cursing away, oh God, you know, I've not got my charger with me, what am I going to do? So no amount of cursing and praying over that phone is going to make it come back to life. You can say as many Hail Marys as you want, it's just not going to happen. That phone needs to be plugged into a power source. You have to find an outlet for it, plug it in and let it recharge. And that's exactly like us. Our batteries will constantly die. We will constantly have them drained. Every time you hear a no, every time you have a party cancel, that person that you posted all those samples out to and you've tried to contact 3-4 times, you've never heard back from, it's just all draining. So how do we recharge our batteries? We plug in. And another thing as well that you might not have thought about showing up at DAs, you're not just doing it for you. It is for the rest of the team and your sidelines too. And this was something that actually struck me this weekend because, as we know, we've all been on this area retreat and it's been so fantastic. We're all absolutely exhausted and emotionally drained. And because it was Father's Day, I had said to Danny, I might not be on the 8 o'clock one, but I knew that Natalie was training. And I thought how unfair it is of me not to be on that training to support her. How would I feel if nobody turned up to this training tonight? So I made sure I was on that call bang on 8 o'clock to support her. So you go to a DA, you've told all your team there's this fantastic DA coming up, two fantastic presenters are going to be there, and then you go and one of your team is missing. So the next day you get in touch with them and you say to them, where were you last night? I thought you were joining the DA with us. And they say, oh, well, actually I didn't have a guest to take with me, so I didn't really see the point in going, so I stayed in and watched the telly instead. So you say to them, wow, I didn't actually realise you were that selfish. And they turn around like, what? You know, pretty shocked. So you say, well, yeah, I didn't realise that actually it was all about you. You have a whole team here wanting your support. Imagine if everybody else had thought the same. What would those two people who were presenting have thought? That would have really damaged their self-esteem and confidence. So a DA is not just for taking guests to. It's to create an environment full of energy that people want to be a part of. So you can have all the information in the world, but if you don't have that same amount of energy, you're just not going to sponsor people. Imagine if there was another team member who was bringing a guest, and everyone who was not bringing a guest decided to stay at home and catch up on Corrie instead. What impression does that give to that attending guest? Not a lot, because they've got no buzz there to feel. They've got nobody to talk about the business and get a real feel for it. They're going to be walking into a half-empty room, and it just does not look or feel good. They've been told by their person who's introduced them that you must come along, it's going to be fantastic, you know, it's going to be a fantastic night. They walk in and think, oh God, I'm going to be asleep in 10 minutes. So for that team member who has brought that guest that they've been working on for weeks, it's soul destroying. So you must be there to support everybody. It's not just about you. So number 3, get your new IC, your new independent consultant, onto what is called a 30-day Ion Arbonne program. So for those who are not sure what Ion Arbonnes are, they are people's stories, their whys, their journeys to regional vice president. And in these, they share so much, and if you read them, they actually make you realise that actually everybody goes through the same struggles and everyone's got their own story and place where they came from. They've all had the same fears and doubts, and they help to starve that fear and that doubt and build belief. If they can do it, so can I. In 9 to 10 days, your independent consultant will feel a shift. They will start to believe, and actually you will as well. So if you're not sure where to find the Ion Arbonnes, they can be found on the website success.arbonne.com. You can also find them on the source that you can print out, and you can also buy individually or packs of them in the boutique. And actually last week they were on sale, so if you want them, get them now while they're in the sale. They've gone down from £20 to £10 for a whole pack, so I thought that was really good. And number 4, always speak belief out of your mouth. Thinking doubt is one thing, but speaking it is another. That's when it really does take a hold. We need to tell damn doubt in the politest possible way what you think when you're speaking. It determines your future. You need to put your mind into gear before breathing the words. It's a bit like driving a car. You can't really move forward in the right direction if you're in the wrong gear. So positive talk repeated over time and will grow and weed out that doubt. So of course that's your affirmations and self-talk that we should all be doing every day. And in those affirmations includes words that tell that doubt to go. So doubt, I do not accept your presence. I do not receive you. There is no place for you in my life. And I actually do this now. If I do have a bit of a wobble, I will kind of close my eyes and say, no, I'm not thinking that, and stick in a positive affirmation as quick as I can. I just shut it down, whereas before I would let that doubt build and keep dwelling on it, and it just doesn't do any good whatsoever. So your mind will act on that instruction. So it's a bit like when you're typing a text. How many times have we gone to text something to somebody, we've got distracted and we've pressed something, and that predictive text has jumped in and taken over? You press send, and then you glance at what you've just sent and go, oh no, what have I just sent? Instead of sending what you want, it has replaced it with something really quite unsavoury, and you've realised that you've just sent that to your mum-in-law. So you're like, oh my God, what have I done? But it's too late by then. The thought has been thought, the words have been said, there's no taking it back. So as soon as it comes out your mouth, that's it, it's too late. That action has happened. So just to recap, stay away from toxic people. Surround yourself with positive people who are going to lift you and carry you to where you want to go. Plug in and recharge. Be at those DAs, be on those Zooms, support other people. Starve that doubt with an Ion Arbonne reading programme, and always speak belief out of your mouth. So I just want to finish off with a quick exercise. I'd like to talk to you about pride. So to banish some of the issues that have been raised tonight, always have pride in yourself and in the person that you are sponsoring. So what does pride stand for? So the P stands for passionate. Are they passionate? Can you see that excitement in their eyes? Are you having to chase those people up for a follow-up, or are they coming to you with lots of questions and what do I do next? So the R stands for resolve. Are they the type of person that if they join and they got knocked down, which they will, as we all know, are they strong enough to get back up and carry on? I is for integrity. So far too often we read on social media or have experienced ourselves through a message or being added into groups, someone coming at us with a proposition that makes you cringe, and straight away you get a bad impression of that person and of the company they're representing. So Arbonne has an incredible reputation for being a people before profit organisation that really, really cares about its consultants and its clients, and we all care about each other. You want somebody that is prepared to carry that on and be proud of the company and themselves and won't do anything to jeopardise it. So the D stands for drive and desire. Again, are you having to drag that person kicking and screaming to the website to get them signed up, or are they begging you to join right now? Do they have that vision already for their future and for that of others? And E is for excitement. So your new independent consultant should be like a child on their first day at school, full of nervous excitement and absolutely buzzing for what is to come. You should be able to see that in their eyes and feel it in how they speak and how they carry themselves. Are they really going to be able to relate what this business has to offer to others if they don't have that excitement and that passion in them? So I want you to look at that list, look at that pride, and see on a scale of 1 to 10 where you are in each of those things. How much pride do you have? 1 being a 0, or 10, you are an MVP in the making. And that's my training. Thank you very much.
It's been so long, I forgot how to turn it up all night long.
Jane, that was absolutely amazing, absolutely incredible. I'm going to give you a second to read the chat because, oh my God, everybody was buzzing about that. So a couple of things that I've taken from that training, Jane, was I loved what you said about getting to a 30-day Iron Arbonne program. I absolutely think that's incredible advice, and not just for new consultants. I think even for us oldies as well. I don't know if you can call us oldies or not. There's people that have been in business for a lot longer than us, but even for people that have been in the business for a little while, get yourself onto a 30-day Iron Arbonne program. And also, if you've got a business page, you can link one of the Iron Arbonnes and schedule it to publish every day. That's something that that I utilise quite a lot. So you can schedule to post those Iron Arbonnes, one every single day. So it prompts you to read them as well. And they absolutely are inspirational. So that was really, really great advice by Jane. Absolutely loved that advice. I loved don't speak it. So don't speak it out of your mouth. So if you are thinking something, don't say it. Just bat it away. And I'm an absolute monkey for this as well. Like in my head, I'm like, you're not good enough. Like, why would anybody want your advice? Why are these like blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, do you know what? Don't speak it. I don't care what you say. Doubt. You don't control me. Doubt. And instead I'll say something that's much more uplifting. So I love that. You know, if you start to think it, just change it. Like you said, Jane, snap it away and say something else that's much more positive. I loved about the plugging in and supporting each other. We all bring our own energy, and our own energy is fabulous, but when all of our energies come together, we create something that you can't create on your own. And you're so right. I've taken people to Discover Arbonnes and events before, and if there's numerous people there that have still come, even though they don't have a guest, but they've come anyway and they've brought their energy with them. They might have heard that DA 50 million thousand times, and they're not actually going to gain a hell of a lot from listening to the DA, but they've come, they've brought their energy. It just makes such a difference for when you bring your guests. And it's just selfless to do that. And we have DAs all over the country, but where we live locally, there's only like 1 or 2 within a couple of weeks. So try and get to your local ones. If you're not taking a guest, absolutely take your energy with you, because you're going to help other people with their guests, and then it's going to come back on you as well when you go and you take your guests and somebody else comes with their energy. So I absolutely loved it. The chat has gone crazy, Jane. We had over 50 people on the call. I was thinking, oh my God, we're going to run out of space. Absolutely amazing. I love hearing you train. That was the best training I have to date heard you do, and your trainings are always world class. So to top it was amazing. It was absolutely incredible, and I cannot wait for you to complete area and go straight into regional vice president qualification and completion, because you are a regional vice president. You absolutely are. You train like one, you talk like one, you act like one, you look like one. You are a regional vice president, and I'm just so thankful that despite you being exhausted this weekend from everything we've had from area retreat, you've still got on the calls tonight. That is a regional vice president. Nobody else does that, but people that are going to be regional vice presidents and beyond. So thank you so much, Jane. I'm so grateful. Thank you, everybody, for getting on the call tonight. Have a fantastic week. If you can get close to somebody that has been to area retreat this weekend, go and just like touch their shoulder or something, because they're going to be vibrating so much energy. Go and soak it up from them and ask them what they got from this weekend, because it has been incredible. Thank you so much, everybody. Have the best week ever. I love you all lots. Thank you, Jane. See you all next Sunday.
Thank you. Bye.